All right, welcome into a brand new show on the Guy Boston Sports YouTube channel. We have the first episode, the first week one episode here of Head to Head H2H. I'm Ev, joined by Tasos here. Really excited to bring this show to you guys. We're going to be making picks throughout the NFL season, and me and you, Tasos, are going head to head every single week. Player props, money line, spreads. We'll explain the rules in just a second, but we're going to be going head to head, seeing who ultimately prevails at the end of the season. What's going on, my man? And first, how excited are you?
I'm pretty excited, man. I've been telling people, in my family, friends all week, trying to get them ready for this. And I truly think this is going to be a pick show unlike any other. I don't think this is going to be your average NFL pick show where we just give you, the cold hard facts. And, there's a million shows like that. I think we're going to give you something a little different. We're going to have fun. We're going to get some picks, hopefully some winners. But I'm really excited to do this. Me and Evan talked about doing this for a while. And I'm excited to share the football season with all you guys.
Yeah, it's going to be awesome. And I do think one goal here, I mean, we're going head to head. We want to beat each other. The audience, the fans, whoever's watching, they're going to have to pick a team at some point. If it's Team Ev, Team Tasos, they got to make a decision. So if you're watching this, keep that in the back of your mind. Like, who are we riding with here? And obviously, we'll pop up the socials and everything on the screen so you guys can follow us and follow along. But yeah, very excited for what this is going to be. Is pretty much a round by round pick'em show. So if I take something, Tasos I can beat him to it, that type of thing. But we're going to involve a spin the wheel sort of format. So we're going to spin the wheel to see who drafts first. And then it's going to be a snake draft. We'll spin the wheel to see if that round is going to be player props, money line, point spread, total, that type of thing. We'll do that 3 times. So 3 rounds. And then we'll have a fade me round, which the fade me round, shout out to the brand Fade Me. Shout out to the brand Fade Me there. The
Sure.
Fade Me round is going to be pretty much, if it lands on me, I get to make a pick, and then Tasos, you gotta take the opposite side. I'm forcing your hand. If it lands on you, vice versa. You make a pick, I gotta take the opposite. We're gonna count up the units at the end of each week, and whoever wins with their 4 picks in the show, whoever has the most units gets the win for the week. Move on to 1-0, and then we'll see you guys back for week 2. Am I missing anything there?
No, I think we got it all there. I'm very scared about this fade me segment because it's a lot of strategy that goes into it. We could have some real interesting picks going in there between the two of us. I'm really excited to see how that one turns out.
Yeah, and we're gonna make like adjustments and everything too. Like obviously the wheel is kind of a unique idea, how much we use it, how often, what it includes. Like right now, right? Like the picks are just player props, money line, point spreads, total. We could have a bunch of different things in there, like huge parlay, huge plus money, that type of thing. So we'll see it. But the fade me is gonna get interesting because again, you said it, right? You were like, this is not like your typical pick show. Like this is pretty much me putting a pick on your record, on your side of things that you have to go by.
Yep.
So none of your brain or anything. But sometimes, if I make you take that side and all of a sudden I lose, it's going to be the biggest laughing stock in America. So it should be good.
Absolutely. And that's the thing. This is the competition. Like, of course, we're giving you picks, and obviously we want you guys to ride with us and follow our picks and hopefully bet along with us. But at the end of the day, this is a competition. I'm here to win, Ev. I don't know how you're coming into this, but I came in ready to roll, and I'm ready to win.
Oh,
I'm
I
a
saw the
competitive
look on your
person, so
face. The look on your face when we joined the call. I was like, oh shit. I wasn't ready for it. So let's go ahead.
I've been
Let's see
thinking
who.
all day. I've been thinking all day on this, thinking, all right, how am I going to go about this? What's my strategy for week one? Week one can be kind of crazy in the NFL, so this
Oh,
is
it
going to get
can.
interesting real fast.
It is going to be tough because I plan on going 4-0, so I don't know how you're going to beat me there. You're going to have some big money plays. But let's jump in. We can jump into the first wheel spin of the head-to-head era, the H2H. Very excited for this, guys. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button as you are watching as well. And again, this is the first wheel spin, so we're going to see who is drafting first here. Is it going to be me? Is it going to be Tasos, the Greek freak? We shall see. Let's go ahead and spin the wheel. Again, it's going to be a snake draft. So whoever drafts first, whoever drafts or who then drafts second is going to go twice and then just carry it on from there. So this is who is drafting first, and then we'll go and flip over. It's going to be with the first ever draft in the head-to-head era here.
Let's
It
go.
is you, and now we'll spin the wheel here for the to see if it's going to be again a point spread, money line play, total play. What type of bet is it? And then I have to also fall into that. So the rounds are going to be specific to that. We're not doing it for each and every pick. Here we go. We have player
All right,
prop,
let's
spread,
go.
total, and money line. What do you want? What are you hoping for here?
I got some real interesting spreads. I got a lot of nice. I like a lot, honestly. That's kind of scary when I like the board week one. It's really scary because like every year I go in the same thing. It's like, all right, I love the board week one. I feel like I got everything under wraps. Like I feel like a football genius right now. Like I see it. You know the Zach Galifianakis scene in The Hangover when all the numbers are flying
Oh,
by his head.
yes.
That that's how I feel right now. I just feel like a genius, but of course we'll see if that actually comes to fruition. But
I
yeah,
love
I'm
it.
hoping for some. I got some nice. I think I got some nice winners on the spread, so I'm hoping for
All right.
spreads.
All right. I think I love it. We're all geniuses before the season too. And like flash forward six
Exactly.
weeks, me and you are gonna be like, what are we doing here? We got to at least have one winner. But all right, here we go. We're
Listen,
spinning it. Let's see what we got.
everybody week one, we're 0-0. Everyone's 0-0 week one.
True.
So,
True. Oh man, you're
oh
gonna
come
get
on,
your
go,
wish.
go,
He's gonna
go,
get his. We
go.
got it.
Yes, there we go. There we go. Man, this is
He
a great
got
start. I got two spins, both going my way to start. This is a good omen to start the show. I hope it I hope it carries over.
you already
Um,
predicted something, right?
there we go.
That should
1-0
count.
technically on the season. All right, so I got some options here. The question is, do I want to go with my big heavy hitter here, or do I want to go with a safe? You know what? There's no room for safe bets here. I'm going New England Patriots +4. Got it off DraftKings. There's a lot of reasons. A lot of people right now who know me are probably groaning because I'm a diehard Patriots fan. Yes, is it a fan bet? Probably. But I got some factors here, Ev, that I think come into play as to why I think New England Patriots +4 is it might be the lock of the week for me. First and
Uh-oh.
foremost, Tom Brady's in the building. I mean, and not as a Tampa Bay Buccaneer, but as a New England Patriot retiree. Big game, obviously, Super Bowl rematch, Pats Eagles with Brady in attendance. And if that didn't do it for you, my mentality, and it may be the wrong mentality, but when I hear everybody say it's impossible, oh, the Eagles, they have to win. The Eagles are the much better team. There's no way New England wins this game or covers the spread. In my head, the gears start turning, and I just think that means the Patriots have, as the law of opposites, the Patriots have to cover at this point. Nobody's picking them. Everybody likes Philadelphia in this game. The money is all on the Eagles. To me, that means the Patriots are going to. It may not be science, it may not be facts, but to me, the New England Patriots +4, I think, is a great bet. They're at home too in New England, which just makes it all the better. I think Patriots +4. I love this pick. It's unconventional. It kind of scares me a little bit because obviously I'm kind of alone on this pick. But I love this bet. I think Patriots +4 might be a lock, Ev. I don't know. I might be
And it
talking a little
looks like you're
crazy right now, but
looks like you're getting that at -108 over on DraftKings, so near even odds too.
yeah.
I have a feeling that if we weren't both Patriots fans, I'd be here on the mic saying you're a lunatic, you're a crazy
Yep.
person. But you're playing towards a bias here. How can I say that you're crazy? I
Yeah.
kind of like the
And that's
pick.
the
It's
thing.
obviously you're being
Everybody and their mother, even Patriots fans, I'm sure, are probably looking at this and groaning like, "Come on, man! Like, don't fan bet." But here's the thing: I'm a fan. I bet with my heart and my mind. So the heart's connected. It's
hold on,
part of it.
hold on. Here you
So
go. Don't fan bet, and you're like, you know what? Here's the thing. I'm a fan. I like it.
exactly.
All right.
Listen,
So all right.
you gotta when you bet, you have to bet with your heart and your mind. And so my mind is there. Listen, when someone throws all this money, when all the money's against you, Vegas doesn't lose. So you have to bet against Vegas. You can't. All these people, they're betting against Vegas. They think they're these smart people. Oh, Vegas. To me, it's clear cut. Vegas doesn't lose, and they're not going to lose all this money on Eagles Patriots. Therefore, you bet with Vegas. You go with the Patriots.
All right. Like I said, I might call you crazy, but I can't even say that because I like the Patriots too. Again, -108 over on DraftKings. I like the spot there. I'm looking at something for some plus money, or at least even odds. We're looking at +100 here, and I'm looking at Tennessee +3 against the Saints here in week one. And by the
Ah,
way, we're recording this early. We're recording this on Monday. Lines can change, everything like that. We're hoping to do, late Tuesday usually to be able to get some more updated stuff. But week one, we had to do this. But Tasos, let me tell you why I'm thinking Tennessee. One, I love the fact that we're getting even odds on a +3 here, a field goal number. And Tennessee is the type of team, just to keep it simple in week one. There's so much change for the Saints, so many things going on, so many outside factors too, right? In their personnel. You have a Titans team that, yes, they lost some guys. They're probably not the more talented team, but they got that big old boy, Derrick Henry. They have a lot of reliable
oh,
options. And I'm thinking that if they just pound the rock, they keep this game close. It's a low scoring game. And poof, all of a sudden they either win the game or they keep it to within field goal. And you've given me a couple. Ugh. What do we got?
Listen, the thing with this bet is I actually don't think you're crazy for it because if you've ever listened to any podcast I've ever done, I hate the Titans. They might be my least favorite team just because when it comes to betting on Tennessee, you never know what you're going to get. It's like the line from Forrest Gump. The Titans are like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're going to get with this team. When you think they're good, they're bad. And when you think they're bad, they're good. So I don't like this because I never want to put money on Ryan Tannehill. I never feel safe with that. I can never sleep comfortably at night knowing that I have money on Ryan Tannehill of all quarterbacks. So that scares me. I understand the Derrick Henry side. I agree with you that the Saints, obviously Derek Carr, new quarterback, a lot of new pieces, but I can't. I don't know how you're going to sleep for the next week until Sunday, knowing that you got money on the Titans.
That is,
I don't know.
you know what? I should have just said Derrick Henry and company +3 because that is really what I'm basing it on. That Saints defense, we know they're not all that great. Not a good rush defense either. Good passing defense, but not a good rush defense. I expect Derrick Henry to be able to kind of control the pace of this game. And if you're going to give me even odds at +3, I'm taking it all day long there. So first two picks for the history books there, we have the Patriots +4, right, for -108. And then we have the
Yep.
Titans for even odds. That is +3. Let's take a quick break from this week's episode of Head to Head so I can talk to you guys about Outlier, one of my favorite sports betting research tools on the market right now. They have so many different tools, including their trend screen, which identifies trends in the market. You can also look at it from a games perspective to see teams that are trending both to the spread, the money line, as well as the totals. And their player prop tool is bar none. Guys, you can go in and look at how players have been trending in their last 10, their last 5, last season overall. You can even look at their defenses and the offenses compared where they ranked. If you guys can understand that green means good and red means bad, then you can profit with Outlier, and you get 7 days free with the link in the description or the pinned comment. Worst thing that can happen there is if you try for 7 days thinking you're gonna quit it, right? But then you fall in love, and it is $19.99 per month afterwards. But guys, if you use this correctly, it'll pay for itself in no time. Go check out Outlier. Again, that link is in the description as well as the pinned comment. You get 7 days free. I have another pick in a row now since it is a snake draft, so let's go ahead and spin the wheel again. And guys, make sure to comment any other types of things you can think we can include with the wheel. What's that?
What are you
I'm hoping for
here on this one?
now you're gonna say I'm making it up, but I was hoping for a player prop because I do have
All
a
right.
play that I'm really liking for some big money, and I got to jump to it. I don't know if you're gonna take it. I don't know if you would expect to take it, but I am loving this spot. I'm looking at Christian McCaffrey first half touchdown for plus 240. I can get that over on FanDuel right now, and the reason I'm liking that is obviously first full season with the team, right? Going up against I mean, you could say the Pittsburgh isn't necessarily a defensive powerhouse. I don't really want to rag on them too much. This is definitely more of a McCaffrey bet than it is a against the defense bet. I think they're going to try and get him involved early, very early, and really just get things going. Obviously, with a sort of a new offensive scheme centered around him. Receiving, rushing, either way, anytime touchdown in the first half for plus 240 odds. And I think if that hits, you're going to have a little bit of a hard time catching up there. So I like the plus 240 for one of the best players in the league right now.
All right. I can't argue with that one because before the show, I was looking at pretty much any prop that had to do with Christian McCaffrey. I was looking at because I do think, like you said, he is their offense. He is the focus of that offense. Steelers defense. This isn't the 1970s. This isn't the 1980s. It's not even the 2000s. This is not the Steelers defense of old. So I don't think they're going to be able to stop McCaffrey. So I like that. I don't agree with the Titans pick. I do like that pick. I would probably take that one. But I need some bigger money. I need more money here because I got to beat you here. I was gonna save this for if I got a player prop later, but I guess we'll pull it out now. You might call me crazy on this one, but Dak Prescott and the Dallas Cowboys, they love throwing to their tight ends. I got Jake Ferguson, anytime touchdown score, plus 340 on DraftKings.
Wow.
My dad's a Cowboys fan, so I watch a lot of Cowboys football despite being a Pats fan. And over the years watching Dak, I can tell you he loves throwing the tight ends. With Dalton Schultz gone, Jake Ferguson now is essentially tight end 1 in Dallas. I don't think it's crazy to assume that if they get in the red zone and if they're throwing the football, Jake Ferguson will be his target. Um, I was looking at all the odds. I was looking for big ones. I think this is the most surefire prop that's like plus 300 or better. I don't know if you can find one anytime touchdown score better than this that you can reasonably take to the bank.
Wow. I mean, how am I going to argue with that? You brought the dad factor into it too. It's not like I'm going to be like, no, your dad's wrong. Wow. Okay. So was it, did you say plus three, four, what is it? Plus three what?
Plus 340 on DraftKings. It's listen, some people may look at you're gonna say, oh, but they got CD Lamb and Brandon Cooks and all these players, but Dak Prescott, if you go look it up, I don't have any of the numbers in front of me. This isn't that kind of show. But if you go look up the numbers from the past few years between Dalton Schultz and Blake Jarwin, even if you go back to the Tony Romo days when they had I'm
Jason
blanking on his
Witten.
name right now. Jason Witten. Yep. The Cowboys offense doesn't matter what the quarterback. It's just a Cowboy thing. They in the last 20 years they love throwing to the tight end, and I just think Jake Ferguson. All the defensive pressure is going to be on CD Lamb and Brandon Cooks and all these other guys. Ferguson's going to be open.
Yeah, I mean, it's tough to, just like you said, it's tough to bet on Tennessee with Ryan Tannehill. Dak Prescott, just like he loves throwing into the tight ends, he loves throwing to the defense too. So
Oh
that's
yeah.
gonna be that's gonna be the one thing to watch, because I don't think you're gonna like, I don't think he's going out there and tossing for 4 or 5 touchdowns. So you're gonna have a limited amount of times it could be him.
Yeah.
But you know what? I can't really argue with the fact that all the like, I immediately thought, what about CD Lamb? What about Pollard out of the bat? Like, and it's like, yeah, that's what every single person is thinking. That's also why it's
Yep.
plus 340. So it's like,
Yeah.
it's not really a secret as to why the odds are there. So I do like the spot. I like the value, if I say that, and I like the sort of storyline. Like, if he hits, you're going to be a Ferguson fan for the rest of the season, like, for sure.
Oh, for sure. I
So
might even
that
invest in
and
the
that
jersey with my winnings.
there you go. All right, so now you have 2 picks in a row. We go back
All
to
right.
the wheel here, and yeah, man. I mean, this is getting good here. We have so far a spread and a player prop, and I got something in my back pocket for the fade me that I am very excited about. So let's go ahead and head to the wheel here
I don't like to
for
hear that.
our third round.
That makes me nervous hearing that you're
It,
like that excited about this fade. That makes me really nervous.
oh yeah, I got something planned for it.
All right, let's see. What do I want here? What do I want? Give me. I want a total here. Oh, come
Oh,
on. If I can have this kind of efficiency
this
this
is
weekend with my bets, this is insane. Everything I want so far I've gotten. This is great.
that
I
is what
hope we can
scares
carry this
me.
into Sunday.
That is what scares me.
A great start to the show. That's awesome. We love that. Let's just hope that we can ride these vibes into Sunday, because if we can, we'll be big winners. All right. Uh, again, do I go unconventional? I'm gonna go unconventional here. There's another pick where people are gonna look at it and say this is a terrible game. I'm going Bucks Vikings over 45.5. You can get that on FanDuel. Um, so on the surface, you're going to look at it and say Kirk Cousins versus Baker Mayfield, not exactly a firework kind of game until you look at the defenses. The Vikings, honestly, may have the worst secondary in the National Football League. They didn't have a good secondary last year, and they had Patrick Peterson last year. He's gone, went to the Pittsburgh Steelers. Baker Mayfield, I don't think he's a great quarterback. I've never been a fan of him. If you go through my Twitter, go through the receipts, I called him a bust the minute the Browns drafted him. I never was a fan of him in Oklahoma. I just didn't think he was. He reminded me a lot, and I love Tim Tebow personally. My dog's named Tebow. He reminds me of Tebow, where he's a college quarterback, not an NFL quarterback. Regardless, he's got Mike Evans. He's got Chris Godwin. Brady, at 45 years old, made these weapons work in his favor. I think Baker Mayfield, who I think is like 27, 28, I think he'll be fine with these weapons. I think against this Vikings defense, he should have a field day throwing. On the other side, Kirk Cousins, the Bucks defense, kind of the same story. Not that good anymore. This isn't the Bucks defense from like 3 years ago when they won the Super Bowl. This is the Bucks defense that notoriously drove Tom Brady into retirement because they were so bad last year. So like I look at these two defenses and it's like I could see both. And then Kirk Cousins, obviously, people hate on him. I'm not liking whatever he's got going on with the stash. He's a weird guy, but you can't deny the fact that he's been a pretty solid fantasy and like betting quarterback in terms of putting up numbers. I could see him
Mhm.
throwing 3 touchdowns on this defense with Justin Jefferson. He's got that rookie Jordan Addison that I really like. TJ Hawkinson. He's got weapons. Both these guys have weapons. They're not great quarterbacks, but against bad defenses, I think 45.5 is pretty reasonable. And they both have, I mean, the Vikings have Alexander Madison. The Bucks have Rashad White. So they've got decent running backs. I think this could be a high scoring game. It's not going to be it's going to be one of those ugly high scoring games. Like we could see a pick six from both sides potentially, but I think this could 45.5 is very much achievable with these two teams.
Yeah, I mean, I like that spot. I think that's Rashad White. I think is super underrated. I drafted
Yep.
him in fantasy. I also took Kirk Cousins late in fantasy, as well as Jordan Addison. So you're out here just naming guys that I have to root for to have a good offensive season, anyways. So I really
Yep.
can't argue that. I like the spot again. I do think that they do have weapons on both sides. Whether or not things click, like we've even seen Evans and Godwin just stink it up, even with Brader times like
Yeah.
that. So it could be sort of the kiss of death because yes, they have a lot of names. Where I think that the Vikings have a lot of talented guys that will perform. The Bucks have a lot of big name guys that it's like, are they going to perform? Who knows? So we will see. For my total pick, and I'm looking at an alternate line here. I really like this spot. It's going to be for plus 144 odds, and I'm looking at
Okay.
the under 34.5 in the Cardinals and Commanders game. I'm really just
Yeah.
rooting for both these teams to absolutely stink. And I'm not taking it down that much. The total right now is 39.5. I just like the value at looking at, a game sub 35 for plus 144 odds. That is over on, I believe it was DraftKings. So alternate line there. The Cardinals may not score a single point all season long. Like, I don't know what that offense is. It's not like the Commanders are that much better. I mean, they obviously have a lot of speed on the outside and everything like that. But I just think that these are two teams that have a good chance of stinking it up. And this Cardinals team, I could be wrong, but they could be one of the worst football teams that we've seen in who knows how long. Like they're already talking about tanking, and the Super Bowl just finished. Like they were just like, we're gonna tank now. Kyler's out for season. Everything's rocky. So give me the under 34.5 there in terms of what we're looking at. Again, plus
Who's their
144 odds.
quarterback?
I don't even know the guy's name. I did look it up prior to this, and that's why I also like the under. I didn't even remember his name. So let's see if I can pull it up really quickly here.
I know
No,
I
I
know
don't
they
think I
cut
have it.
Colt McCoy, and they did
Yep.
just sign a quarterback. I don't remember who it was.
Cardinals quarterback
I know.
Clayton Tune and Joshua Dobbs.
Oh, oh yeah, that's
Yeah,
that's a
that
recipe for
was.
points for sure.
So all right, so that there we have the 3 rounds there. Again, it's
Yep.
tough that you're looking at a 3-0 side on my side with 2 big money hits. So
I
I don't know.
listen.
I
You
mean,
got
you're
the
gonna
Tennessee.
have to come back.
I don't know. For you to be so confident 3-0 when you got the Titans on your side, and you got a bet
Fair.
going on Commanders Cardinals. Because listen, I agree with you that that on paper should be terrible. It should be like a 10-3 game. But those are also the kind of games where, like, especially week one, Sam Howell could go for 3
45-13.
touchdowns,
Yeah.
and Clayton Tune out of nowhere could just go crazy because they got no film on him. And they do have a couple of receivers. I think they still have Hollywood Brown. They still got Rondell Moore. So
Mm.
I don't hate the pick, but saying 3-0 is, I don't know. I mean, if you were on my side, I would get it. I'd 100% understand what you're going from, but on your
If
side,
so, if
like that
I had
Titans
your
pick.
picks, it'd make sense.
Oh
That
yeah,
I'm
listen,
thinking 3-0, but
who's 3-0 on the wheel so far today? I mean, we're already we're already off to a
Yes.
great start.
Man, that's a good point. Like I can't argue that. All right. Well, this fade me portion of the video again, it's the 4th round, and what it is like we talked about at the beginning. Whether the wheel lands on me or you, Tasos, the other person has to take the opposite of the pick. I've been kicking around strategies for this portion for a while. So we'll see how it ends up because,
Yep.
this is going to be an ongoing thing. I think it's going to be a thing that makes the show really unique. And again, if you want some Fade Me merch, use code H2H in the store. What percentage should we give them off? 25, 20? What do you think? You feeling generous?
Oh, I'm feeling week one. Got to get in the football spirit. I'm feeling. Let's go 25. I'm
All
feeling
right,
good.
so
Let's get the people these fade me shirts.
a quarter off your order, 25% off fademe.store if you use code H2H. And honestly, if Ferguson scores a touchdown, we might drop another little promo for all you guys watching because I love that pick. But let's go ahead and spin the wheel again. Whoever this lands on is making the pick, and then the other person has to sit back and take the other side of it.
Yep.
But you know what? That could be the best way to gamble, right? It's like make the decision for me. Someone else make
Yeah.
the decision for me. But all right, let's
Listen,
go
it's
ahead and
50-50
spin
odds.
it.
It's 50-50. So, it's I don't have to
Yep.
worry about it. It's my picks are already in there for me. So I kind of want you to win this. I'm not gonna lie. I kind of want you to get this because I'm so excited to see what you have in store that I almost am willing to take the opposite just to see what you have.
Well,
Because
it isn't.
you're literally
It's
you're grinning from ear to ear right there.
Yeah, because I want to test out a strategy with it. It's not that crazy, and it looks like it might. Oh, it's gonna be you.
It's gonna be me.
Everything
All
is
right.
turning up Tasos here. This is crazy. You're getting the
Oh, this
wheels.
it's
You're
and
getting
you
the
know
wheel
what the worst
predictions.
this is bad though because I'm hot on the wheel, but that almost means that I'll cool down on the actual picks. So that actually worries me a little bit. All right. I got some options here. Um See, I didn't have a clear cut. Like I didn't have like a one that I loved because week 1 I don't think there's one. I'm going to go with a money line here.
And I'll tell you what mine was going to be after. Maybe I should. Maybe I'll tell you off air. We
I,
can't let like
I was going to say
subsidiary picks
yeah.
feeder in. Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
All right. So this one it's not a crazy one, but I just think it's a great game to watch and I do think it's like a toss up. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins plus 140 money line. I know it's not like crazy odds. It's not like it's a big game. I just when Tua Tagovailoa is healthy and he's got Tyreek Hill and he's got Jalen Waddle,
Hmm.
he just goes off. And week 1, he's healthy, he's rested. I don't know how long that's going to be the case. Maybe it lasts 3 weeks, maybe 6, maybe 1. I think week 1 the Dolphins are going to go crazy. I think Tua could throw for 300 plus yards. And I have one of my best friends bringing all these like personal stories. One of my best friends, he actually works with me. He's a Chargers fan. And I already had a conversation with him, and he is already so not confident on this game. He thinks this is an automatic loss in the win loss column. So I, I I've seen he knows his Chargers football. I've seen him go through some of the worst losses. I'm going Dolphins plus 140 here. I think Tua goes crazy. I don't really like the Chargers defense. J.C. Jackson, former Patriot. I think he was one of those guys where like he was good on the Patriots, not so much on the
Hmm.
Chargers.
It's fair.
So I'm going Dolphins plus 140.
I will say, interesting strategy. There's so many directions we could take this fade me segment. You handed me a favorite, right?
Yep.
But if this were to swing, you're forcing me into an already a minus 160, which is pretty, heavy juice on it, right? And if the Dolphins were to
Yep.
win, what a swing of plus 140 for you in the fade me category. It is really,
Yep.
really interesting because I do think that it could go, multiple ways. You can either pick one that is sort of like you could pick a spread where they try and even it out, have it a 50-50 game anyways, right? Leaving yourself a
Yep.
50-50 for the fade me. You could pick a favorite and hope to not make that much of a unit gain, but you almost cement your pick. Or you can do what you did, and if the Dolphins pull this through, you have a hell of a swing there. So yeah, I guess I have to take the Chargers. They're minus 160 right now. You took the Dolphins at plus 140. That is the fade me round. So just a recap of our picks. In round 1, you went Patriots plus 4. I went Titans plus 3. Round number 2, it was player props. I went C-Mac, first half touchdown. You went Ferguson, anytime touchdown. Round number 3, we went with, what was round number 3's totals, right? You went with
Yep.
the over in the Tampa and Vikings. I went with an alternate under in the Arizona, Washington. And then for the fade me section, you're rolling with plus 140 on the money line, the Miami Dolphins, which, like you said, should be a healthy team going up against the Chargers, who a lot of people feel like Justin Herbert gets hyped so much. And it's like, he's good, but a lot of hype, not a lot of walk. But he's obviously had his fair share of successes. But yeah, those are the 4 picks. Obviously, let us know in the comments, guys, if you're rolling with someone, if you think that we're absolutely crazy. I want to know what you guys think of Tasos' move of taking an underdog in the fade me round, because this is new territory for us. We don't know the best
Yeah.
strategies. We might iron it out as the season goes on. But yeah, I mean, I'm excited for this. I think that this is going to be a really fun thing to do week in and week out. In terms of the player prop money line spread, like I think that we talked about it before, right? We'll kind of try and figure it out, mix it up. Maybe we'll have a pie slice for it has to be a plus money play, or you have to
Yep.
take an underdog in the money line, like that type of thing. We have a lot of cool ideas planned, and we're talking about the show plenty. So yeah, a lot of cool stuff planned for
Yeah,
sure.
this is part 1. Like this is, there's a chance for evolution. Like, obviously we want feedback, so make sure give us feedback what you think of the show, both on social media, on YouTube. Let us know what you think. Let us know if there's anything you want us to add, any things you want us to do differently, anything like in terms of odds and like you said, player props, maybe being a little bit more specific with the props. Let us know. Sound off in the comments. Let us know what you think of our first show because we're definitely open to making changes and kind of growing along as we move forward here.
Yeah, for sure. And I think we have some plans to bring on a third chair and everything like that. It could be really interesting. But yeah, thank you guys very much for tuning in. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. We'll have our Twitters or X's, I guess if we want to call it, on the screen. So make sure to follow us there. Follow Guy Boston Sports, and yeah, interact with us. We'll be talking about this. I'm sure on the weekends now, me and you will be going back and forth all day long, which will be very fun and entertaining for anyone kind of following along. So
Yep.
it's either Team Ev, Team Tasos. You guys got to pick at some point this season because we're gonna start going head to head, just like the show says. So yeah, we will catch you guys in the next one. All right, peace out.
Jake Ferguson, guys. Let's go.
Let's go.